Well, it's the day after I took the road test on this machine and got crapped on by the hot starting after it did actually start first kick after I arrived back from the road test, only to later find that the camera had run out of time and we'd gone over the 29 minutes. So then I made a short video demonstrating that it would start hot, and it did. But it stopped soon after, and then it was an absolute pig to start, and it didn't start. It just kicked me back about half a dozen times, and I stopped filming and brought the bike back into the workshop. And I decided, amongst other things, that I would check the ignition timing, and the ignition timing was absolutely spot on actually, but in the process I noticed that the points were quite dirty, and thinking back to when I first tried to start the engine in this machine, I think before it had even largely been assembled, I was out on the yard with it, I got no joy until I wiped some emery cloth through between the points contacts, and then it started quite easily, and well, I left it at that actually, but when I took the points out, the whole assembly out of the magneto, and had a good look, they were pretty dirty, and also the gap had been a little bit on the large side, so I attended to that. I cleaned the points thoroughly and put them back in, and I just shut the gap down to about 12/1000 of an inch. I've also done some more work, put some more effort into trying to improve the pilot circuit on this left-hand carburetor, which was totally blocked. Now I've managed to get it working. It's not quite as it should be, in that I can't really turn the mixture screw more than a half a turn out, but at least that's better than having to have it screwed fully home as it was before, so a big step in the right direction. I've run the engine this morning and made some minor adjustments to the throttle stop screws and so on, and I was also pleased to see that although the engine had partially wet sumped, the level on the dipstick hadn't gone down by very much at all, so maybe, just maybe, perhaps those new oil pumps that I fitted to this engine, I didn't see the need to lap them in because the surfaces look clean and smooth in both the timing chest and of course on the back of the new oil pump, so I didn't do any lapping in, but I thought if they needed to bed in they'd probably do so very rapidly, and that seems to be what's happening. Anyway, enough of my yapping. I'm going to put the camera down now. The engine's warm and I'm hopefully going to start it without too much fuss and demonstrate what we've got. I've also got quite a nice steady even tick over, believe it or not. Anyway, prove me wrong bike. I'll put the camera there. Let's see what happens. I had it running up until a couple of minutes ago. Please trust me, that is a hot start. We've got full advance there. And I can retard the ignition and bring it down to about 1100 RPM. I'm going to give that tick over 8.5, 9 out of 10. I don't know if we can back it off anymore without it stopping. That actually dropped to 1000 then. Just bring it up a little more like that. Right, that's not full advance. There's full advance. Bring it back to there. Press the kill button. Give it a kick with no throttle and see what we got. I think that's about as good as I'm ever likely going to get this thing. And the engine's not racing away when I'm on full advance, which is good. Because I did have it before where I had it ticking over quite nicely retarded, but when I put it on full advance we'd be up to 2000 RPM and more, which doesn't really help with the engine braking when you throttle off. Whether it will start from that position on the advanced retard lever or not, I don't know. Let's see if it will. You know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. I'm going to inform the owner. That's what it does. That's hot. That's as hot as it would get out on the road probably. So I'm going to leave it at that and call it a day. We've all seen that it restarts quite easily and willingly while it's hot. It actually started quite easily when it was cold as well, so that's a bonus. One more, eh? That's better than what I got when it embarrassed me soon after the test ride yesterday. Hell of a lot better. I'm now going to go in and reward myself with a cup of coffee. Also, be nice and clean underneath. So if I could just frame this moment forever with this machine, at this moment in time at least, my work has been a success.